Hello dear friends, welcome to Tasty Buds. Today is Friday morning, so I have planned to make Sepangarangu Kolambu, Puli Kolambu, which is popularly known in South India, which is made as a sambar, a tangy flavor one. So usually we have sambar with dal and other stuffs, but this is something unique where you can opt for to have weekly once. So let's check the ingredients what are required to make Sepangarangu Puli Kolambu. Into the bowl I have taken Sepangarangu which I have cleaned. So now I am going to pressure cook this for just one whistle with some salt. So I have added Sepangarangu in the cooker along with water. Now to this I am adding a spoon of rock salt, a quarter teaspoon of turmeric, and allow it to pressure for just one whistle. So for that Sepangarangu Puli Kolambu, I am adding tamarind of this much size for that much quantity. I am going to wash it before because the dust particles and other stuffs will be cleaned. So once I wash it, I'll soak it in the water for lukewarm water for 10 to 15 minutes. So to this lukewarm water, I have added tamarind, and I am also adding a quarter teaspoon of salt, table salt. Since we add a table salt to the tamarind, it will loosen the particles of the tamarind and it will give you a easy tamarind juice. So I have added salt. This is a Sepangarangu which have been boiled for one whistle with some salt and turmeric. I have peeled the skin. You can use as it is or you can cut it into half piece. So now I am going to cut this half off. This is a tamarind extract where I have added water. So I will be diluting this by adding some more water to the tamarind puree. So to this tamarind puree I have added 1.5 glass of water. You can increase and decrease according to the tanginess as you prefer. As you prefer the tanginess. Now I am adding asafoetida. I am adding a plenty lot of asafoetida, half teaspoon of turmeric, one tablespoon of table salt, two tablespoon of sambar powder. This is homemade sambar powder. I am using 2 tablespoons. Mix all the ingredients together well to the diluted tamarind water. Let it get well diluted and mix well and allow it to soak for just 20 to 30 seconds. So once recheck the ingredients we have added to this. So if anything is required, we can add up to this stage. So to this, heat it up. 2 tablespoons of oil which is well heated. I am adding 2 red chilies, half a tablespoon of mustard. I am putting the flame to low. Jeera, fenugreek, hand-picked green curry leaves, half a teaspoon of chana dal, allowing it to fry, stirring it in between. Now to this stage I am adding 1 onion and garlic of about 6 to 7, which is peeled and onion cut. Fry the onions till it is medium golden brown. Allow the ingredients to be in the center portion of the flame so that it gets well and easily cooked. At this stage, now I am adding the tamarind puree to the kadai. Now I have higher the flame and the consistency of the liquid tamarind water is very thin. Now I am allowing it to boil into a thick consistency. So I am allowing it to boil for about 1 minute. So let it boil well. To get it well boiled and cooked easily, I am closing it with the lid so that the procedure is bit fast. Once the tamarind water is well cooked and into boiling stage, I am removing the lid and allowing it to boil for some more minute. If we close the lid, the water consistency which is in the kadai will be retained as it is. The water won't be dried soon. So I am removing the lid and allowing it to boil well for few seconds. The tamarind water should be into thick consistency. The raw smell of the masalas powder should be emitted well. Friends, as you can observe now, the water consistency which was in the kadai before boiling stage and now at this boiling stage. So it is well boiled and the consistency has been shrinked. You can see the levels of the water. Now to this stage I am adding a teaspoon of sugar. Now I am adding a pinch of sugar and also adding the sepangarangu which is peeled to this boiling stage. Give a good stir. Let the masala which is in the sambar get into the karangu and well get incorporated. Now our korambu is well incorporated with the other ingredients and as well as karangu. Now to this point I am adding half tablespoon of rice flour, which is a tip to you all and as well as a secret, with few water. This is the top secret which has to be observed by everybody. By adding half a tablespoon of rice flour and diluting it with the water. It's a secret. So now this water should be added into the korambu to give a thick consistency. So now I am adding to the korambu. As you all can observe how the formation of korambu has been transforming into thicker consistency. I have added rice flour. It's a tip and as well as a secret for any of the korambu which is in highly liquid state. You need to add rice flour. So I have mixed it well. Now I am allowing it to boil for few more seconds. Now our korambu is ready to serve into a good and greater consistency. I am switching off the flame right now. As you can see, it is into a perfect stage. So our korambu is ready. Now our Sepangazhingu tangy puri korambu is ready now to savory. Now to this I am adding a teaspoon of ghee. I am just pouring a teaspoon of ghee to it. So our Sepangazhingu puri korambu is ready to eat now. I have taken rice to enjoy this recipe. So rice is the ideal option. It's an excellent taste with a tangy flavor. Instead of preparing as usual dal sambar filled with protein, you can switch to this puri korambu 15 days once in a while. So dear friends, enjoy this recipe as how I have made it, and let me know in the comment section below how it has turned out. And do not forget to subscribe my Tasty Bud channel for more other interesting values and recipes. Thank you so much. We'll be meeting with another recipe shortly. Bye bye.